This today reminds me of a place. A place I was. A place I spent 2 weeks. Almost 13 years ago. But that's the only place where I experienced something I'm starting to experience again since I've been coming here these past few days to work out, meditate, think, speak like this. That place was in the south of Croatia, small island, an hour away by boat from Dubrovnik. And I was with my girlfriend at the time. We were supposed to be there for a few days and then go all the way back home, hop in from one Croatian city to another. And we went there and we realized that it was pretty much heaven on earth. It was right before tourist season, and we decided to stay. And every morning at 6 a.m., when the sun was already high up in the sky, I was the first guy on the beach. And there was an old dog, she was almost blind, that she liked to go into the water a little bit and watch the fish, small fish everywhere, watch the small fish. And she took a liking to me. And people were thinking that she was my dog. Tourists were thinking that she was my dog. I never knew whose dog she was. And by the end of the stay, the old Croatian locals, they were starting to say dobar dan to me, hello, in the morning. I was saying hello back. It was one of the few words that I knew how to pronounce correctly, I think. And I remember it was the last morning. We were about to leave later in the morning. So I'm at the beach. That beach that has been the cornerstone of my life for the past 2 weeks. So there's everything. There's the dog, there's the fish. And I'm here with my feet in the water, just sitting pretty much like now. And I realized that I can feel that on that day there's more salt than usual in the water. The water feels thicker. And I realized that there's more seagulls than usual, a little further away from me. They're a little further away than they usually are, and there's more. And so I go back in the water, and I realize that there's more fish than usual. Lots of small fish. So that explains why. More seagulls, probably. And I realized many things are slightly different that day than usual. And I feel more connected to this place than I ever was. And I feel more connected to any place that I ever was. And here, it starts to feel a little bit like that. Because here's a place where I connect to myself, to be able to share what I'm sharing here, which is designed to connect to others. And I'm starting to get to know this place a little better. What's usual, what's normal, what's not, all that. That makes me think of something that when you regulate your nervous system, your inner currents, in a way that's healthy, that tends to help in doing something that I did 13 years ago in heaven on earth, in a small Croatian island, and something that I think, it's not that I think, I know, that helps tremendously in life, helps us and people around us. It is observe, don't evaluate. This is a little more subtle than it's bad to be judgy. See, I've just been judgmental. It is. But when you say it's bad to judge people, well, what room does that leave to evaluate, in a sense, to evaluate not the people around you, but your path, where to go, why? You need to process what's around you. That's where the observe, don't evaluate comes in, and is very tremendously helpful. If I observe, I will say to someone, you've been late, very late to our dates 5 times in a row. Could you tell me why? Is there a reason that you know of? But if you say, no, you're not serious, you're casual, or you're just here for the fun. So this is situationship, right? That kind of thing. This is evaluation. But when you evaluate, you deprive yourself and the others of meaning and of agenda and of agency. And you're wrong, necessarily. But if you just observe, you observe. Like I did in Croatia, like I'm doing here. You're way more open to what is true. And of course we have to fight instincts that make us believe that, we need to evaluate, we need to encapsulate reality in things that we can put in small little boxes, very convenient, inside our minds. So this is bad, this is good, this is bad, this is good. No living thing can be encapsulated that way and be respected at the same time. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's true. And if you feel like how to say that? Observe in that way. It's connect to the data, not the story. So if you're dating someone, date the data, what you see and hear, not the story you want to make out of it to make it convenient. And if you observe things the way I observed nature in Croatia that day 13 years ago, it's very easy to feel, to have room for caring about what's in front of you, for loving what's in front of you, but not loving in a way, oh, this is the box I can put you in. There you go. You're in my box. I got your picture in my wallet now. You're mine. It's not about that. Not about free love. I was about to say crap, but free love either. No. Just, if you love something, you will have a hard time trying to encapsulate it in a little box that will reduce it. You go and discover that thing, you observe. And the only way to meet anything, to experience someone, someplace, is to love it that way. Observe, connect, and now you're interacting with the data as much as you can. Of course, you're biased. You're one person with one perspective, but observe as much as you can, and you start to slip away from what you thought was your perspective. And that way, you connect with the data, with reality, not with the convenient story. Now things are getting interesting.